loving you. I just promised myself that I would not fall in love.
All right, welcome back to Views and Vibes. And we're sitting here with the wonderful Miss Alison Crockett. You just had a chance to hear her perform, and now we get to sit down and talk. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
I'm glad to have you here, and welcome back. Matter of fact, since we had you here 2 years ago, can you believe it's 2 years?
Yes, that's a long time.
Yeah, I know. But now we get to actually see you perform, and we sit down one-on-one. I wanted to first start off talking about your roots. You're born in D.C.
Yep.
And you're a product of the Duke Ellington School of the Arts.
That's correct.
What was that experience like for you, and where did you start off musically there?
When I went there, I just wanted to get in. I didn't care how I got in.
Okay.
So I had been a part of Howard University Children's Theater.
Okay.
So I said, well, I can draw, I could do theater, I can dance a little bit, I'm a pianist, and I like to sing. So what's the best way for me to get in here? Well, I didn't have a piano piece ready.
Okay.
So I decided to sing something. And they said, well, okay, you fit. Come on.
Really?
That's
Just that
it.
simple?
It was really just that simple.
Okay, so did you go there with the intention to do anything in particular, or you just wanted to get in?
I just wanted to get in.
Okay, all right.
And it was the easiest way for me to get in was to sing.
And so while you were there, did you focus more so on the singing, or what about so where did the piano playing come in?
Well, I started playing piano at around 5 years old.
Wow.
So right around the end of 5.
Okay.
So I had been playing for years and years by that time.
How did that happen at 5? Is it a family thing? Bunch of musicians?
Well, my father was a musician.
Okay.
He was a pianist and a saxophonist and an arranger before he turned into a doctor.
Oh, wow.
And,
good transition.
Yeah.
Trying to support the family, of course.
There you go.
Yeah.
But I had always loved pianos.
Okay.
My mother likes to tell the story of me going into music stores and just stopping and just sitting and stroking the piano,
Really?
or just sitting and playing it. And when she got a piano, finally, I was so excited. And it was just a lot of fun.
And did you play and drive everybody crazy around the house?
No, because my brother wanted to play also. I drove him crazy because he wanted to play.
All right.
And he told me that I was hogging the piano.
Okay.
So then he played guitar. So
you made him change entire instruments.
He changed entire instruments, and that's why he's a guitarist and not a pianist.
And so you decided to continue to follow the whole music path, and you went on to Temple University.
Yep.
And you also studied music there. Okay. And then after that, you actually went to Manhattan School of
That's right.
Music? So going from one school to the next, how did you see yourself evolving as a musician?
Well, the interesting thing is, from Ellington, I studied classical voice. So I learned how the voice worked. And then I went on and I studied classical voice in college for a bit, and I said, no, I can't do this. It's not that it's not beautiful, it's not that I don't love it, it's that I can't see myself dressing up as an 18th century white woman. I mean, I just couldn't do it.
Right.
And I had grown up with jazz in my household for so much. And so I really envisioned myself as like a Sarah Vaughan-esque type of person. And so then I went to Temple and I studied there, and I went and sat in jam sessions, and all the names that you hear in jazz right now, I played with them in Philadelphia. But I got involved in college in the kind of acid jazz circuit and DJs. Right. And they just picked me up.
Really?
And so that's how I got into dance music and into acid jazz and into soul. And so, I was playing with, you see James Poisson, you see him on
he used to be with Roots.
Yeah. And so, I played with them. I played with all those people. Okay. And then I decided I'm going to move to New York. And so me being in graduate school is the best way for me to do that. And coming from doctor parents, you have to have graduate school. Yeah. And so I did that, and I studied there. And actually my classmate, Jason Moran, just became the, the curator for the jazz program at the Kennedy Center. Wow. So, all those people, Stefan Harris and
I went to high school, Stefan.
Wow, small world.
Small world.
So, all those people that you see in jazz right now, I played with them all the time, all the time.
And what about now? Do you still consider yourself a jazz musician, or more soul, or a mixture of both? Or do you just not want to be put into a box?
No, it's not. I understand that people need boxes in order to kind of figure out how to know what to listen for. Right. I'm so many different things. I enjoy playing jazz. I enjoy singing straight ahead jazz. I enjoy singing R&B and soul. I enjoy sometimes singing gospel, and I enjoy singing classical music.
Okay.
I mean, I enjoy a lot of all those things, and have done all of those things at various stages in my career.
What about the musicianship? You know, what about that part? Do you prefer to be behind the microphone singing, or do you prefer to be behind the keyboard playing?
I prefer to be behind the microphone singing,
Really?
but I was kicked in the behind by my brother.
Okay.
You're going to sit down and play. No, I'm not. Yes, you are. Sit down and play. No, I don't want to. Sit down and play. So I sat down and played.
I take it it's an older brother.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
I sat down and played. And it was a good thing, because I really enjoy piano. And but I don't always want to sit and play. I like to get up. I like to move around.
You're a performer.
Yeah.
That's a theater background in you. Okay. Well, when did you decide to actually go and start doing your own projects? When did On Becoming a Woman start to take form?
That started to take shape when I started doing gigs around New York City.
Okay.
Is
this after high school? I mean, after grad school, or during grad school?
Yes, this is after grad school. What happened is, right after grad school, or during it, I was somewhat on the road with King Britain Silk 130, and I was doing that project. And then I started doing some dance music, and I did a lot of different projects. And then Us Three called me, Jeff Wilkinson over in London, so I was going back and forward to doing that a lot. And I was writing all the time, and I was doing some vocal producing, and I was traveling a lot, and I, you know, I wanted to just do some of my own things. And so I had some gigs in New York City, and I had this regular gig, and so I started writing. And I had changed my entire form of writing. From writing kind of modern jazz into writing more soul-oriented stuff.
And now, is that because of the shift that was going on at the time?
I think it was the shift that was going on in the time, and I just wanted to do something different. And so I changed the way that I wrote, and I had opportunities to play with really, really great players, and I played regularly. And so I started figuring out what songs worked well. My brother was with me during those gigs.
I was going to ask you about Teddy.
Yeah. So my brother, Teddy Crockett, Uber producer and whipper extraordinaire.
You need that kind of support.
So, you know, we kind of decided well, what are we going to do here? How are we going to make this work? And so we chose some songs that I had been doing. I wrote some songs specifically for the record. At the time, they were saying, well, we need something that is uniquely you, that stands for you. So I wrote Nappy, because my hair is a central focus of a lot of my entire life. When I was young, it was too long and too nappy.
Yeah, I never had that problem. It never worked for me.
And then I wanted it straightened, and then I found out that when I had my hair in braids and it was natural, I started feeling like a black woman for the first time, and wow, this is great. And so I had all these trials and tribulations with my hair, and I knew that black women are all over the place, that we all have these kinds of things. So, I mean, I did that.
You know what, let's take a quick break.
Sure.
We'll come back and talk more about your first album, talk more about your second album as well. We are going to break real quick, and we will come back with more Alison Crockett after this.
So sweet, it was so nice, it was everything I wanted it to be. It was so right, it was not a line, so yeah, baby. I was walking